Hi, my name is Prasad Acharya, along with my team members Venkat Kambhampati, Shraddha Pevekar, and Kevin Veerapandian. Our data mining project is about bankruptcy prediction. These are the contents we are going to cover in this video. Goal of this project is to predict whether company will go bankrupt or not, and also to predict the key factors which are going to affect the bankruptcy. We used bankruptcy dataset of Polish companies from UCI repository. This dataset consists of 64 variables. All variables are financial ratios derived from financial indicators like total assets, gross profit, etc. This dataset was highly imbalanced with very high solvent companies and very low bankrupt companies. Hence, we experimented with undersampling, oversampling using SMART technique, and also combination of both. We split the dataset into training and test sets in 80-20 ratio.
We have used a boosted decision tree for our model to create an ensemble of regression tree, which means that each tree is dependent on the prior tree. Each tree will learn something from the residue of the preceded ones. Boosting in decision tree basically improves the accuracy, and that's our end result as a strong learner module. We tried experimenting with multiple sampling techniques since our model were highly imbalanced. Initially, we tried to build a model with no changes in the data points. This method was good at predicting the solvent companies but were relatively bad at predicting the bankrupt ones. Later, we tried oversampling SMART technique, which takes the entire data set as input, but it increases the percentage of only the minority classes as shown in the model 2. There were a lot of symmetry in the data points which make a model unreliable. Then we tried undersampling the majority class. The classification is relatively better in this class, but we were losing a lot of data points. So finally, we've decided a combination of both the sampling techniques. After data sampling, we have selected the attributes of our data and then applied boosted decision tree. We then split our data in ratio 80-20. To find the optimal parameter of our training model, we use a tune model hyperparameter. It will reiterate over multiple combination of setting to determine the combination of value that produces the best result. Later, we have scored and evaluated our model.
Hello, this is Venkat Kambhampati. So, before training our models, we need to specify how our model to be trained by setting create trainer mode. So, since in our case we are unsure about what parameters to be considered, we selected parameter range option in create trainer mode. So, the parameters listed here are maximum number of leaf nodes, minimum number of samples per leaf node, learning rate, and maximum number of trees constructed. So the trainer will iterate over all the possible combination of these parameters and get the optimal combination of the parameters which gives us the best model. Since we are dealing with the dataset which is highly imbalanced, in Tune Model Hyperparameters Control tab, we selected metric for measuring performance for classification as recall rate. So this visualization shows our final decision tree and its respective parameters are mentioned here. Since this is a boosted decision tree, it constructed 386 trees where every new tree constructed is an improvement over the previous trees. So from this tree we could see that the ratio of operating expenses to the total liability attribute is in the topmost node. So it has a maximum split gain, which means that this variable is one of the leading factors in determining whether a company would go bankrupt or stay solvent. So some of the other attributes which with high split gains are net profit plus depreciation by total liability, current assets by short-term liabilities.
Here you can see the results for our model. As you can see, the model has decent enough accuracy rate, but more importantly, we have a high recall rate. This is because we have very less number of false negatives. We wanted to reduce the type 2 error because that is costly in our problem. We didn't want the model to be predicting companies which are going bankrupt as solvent. And then you can see the ROC curve and lift curves. They have a good curve which shows that the model is very good at classifying bankrupt and solvent companies. We built this cost matrix to penalize or model in case it predicts uh, bankrupt companies as solvent. So we set a cost of about 100 for if it classifies is at false negative, and then a cost of 1 if it classifies as uh, false positive. This is the model comparison. So for all the different type of sampling techniques we have used, you can see the results here. So for the final model which we built, the recall rate is at its highest, since our aim was to reduce the number of false negatives, and it also has the least cost. As for insights and recommendations, with our model we can decide whether to invest in a particular company or not. Also, our model shows some of the leading attributes which help in classifying companies as bankrupt and solvent. This information is useful for business leaders, as they can also help in determining whether to invest in a firm. Also, our model has very low number of data points for bankrupt companies. Having more of those would help in better classification. Thank you.